Hi everyone, I'm Betina Bethlem, creator of Born Witchy. Welcome to the site. I am a tarot reader, a yoga teacher, a writer, an intuitive, and I'm excited to have you here and to talk to you a little bit about the tarot and my philosophy on it. So a little bit of background on me. I've been interacting with the tarot in one way or another for a very long time. I got my first tarot deck when I was probably 8 years old or something. I bought it at a Borders or a Barnes & Noble bookshop, and it was the Goddess Tarot, and I really didn't know much about it, but I just loved those cards. And not long after that, I started studying astrology, which has been a part of my life for a long time. I've been studying it more in depth since my early 20s, and it's just something that I'm really passionate about and that I love. And a few years ago, I had a tarot reading done for the first time in a very long time, and that reader told me that he wanted to teach me how to read the tarot. And I hadn't been looking for something like that, but I had been wanting to sort of deepen my spiritual understanding of these archetypes, of these things that I was learning through astrology, and so I went for it. And as it turns out, there is a lot of astrological energy within the cards. I've also been practicing yoga since I was 15, and I've been a teacher for the past 6 years or something. And as I started to interact with these cards and learn about them, I started to see like all these different spiritual, mystical, magical modalities. They're all kind of talking about the same thing in different ways. They're all tools for telling stories. They're all ways for us to get more in touch with ourselves, with our intuition. And so I started to sort of see that I could be this sort of multi-passionate person that I am through these cards, that I could sort of weave together all the different things I've picked up along the way through my sort of spiritual, philosophical, mystical explorations, and that the cards themselves are a great storytelling tool that's both visual and narrative that allows me to weave them together. So that's what I love about the tarot. That is my background. And I wanted to share a little bit my philosophy on the tarot because I come across a lot of people who think that these cards are scary, or they think that it's a form of fortune telling or charlatanism or snake oil or whatever. And I just want to demystify kind of what these cards are and explain a little bit how I approach readings. So my philosophy on the tarot is the following. It's not so much about fortune telling because I don't believe that there is sort of a singular destiny, a singular outcome that we're all striving towards. What I believe is that there are many different timelines that we could follow in our life. There are many different paths that we can take. And what these cards are is that they're a trigger for our intuition, for our higher self, for our inner knowing, in order to help us get onto our highest path. So I do believe in this concept of the highest self and the idea that there's certain things that we're kind of naturally inclined to do or meant to do, that we sort of have some sort of purpose, which isn't necessarily a job or a career. A lot of people get purpose and career really mixed up. Sometimes those things do align. But I think purpose is more about how we show up in our day-to-day life. And a lot of that for me is about feeling lit up on a daily basis. For me, that's the best barometer that you're on your right path, is that you feel good, is that you feel happy, is that you feel creative, that you feel like you can be of service, that you are able to give from a full cup. So I think of these cards as a great tool to help us realign with that path, to realign with what lights us up. Often I'll find with clients that I'll give them a reading and I'm telling them things that they already know, but I'm just giving them kind of like a confirmation because they might kind of knew it on some level the whole time, that they should follow this path or that this is what they wanted to do or that this or that is what they were passionate about, but they didn't trust it for whatever reason. And well, the whatever reason is programming, it's society, it's how we were raised, it's what is expected of us. There's so much layered on top of kind of that grain of truth of what we really want to do that sometimes requires a bit of peeling away. And I've definitely gone through that in my life, especially over the past few years. I've really started to sort of strip away the layers of like, well, who am I really? What do I really want to do with my life? I used to be in a corporate sort of situation here in New York that really wasn't making me very happy. Like I was good at it, I liked things about it, but something was missing. And as I started to interact with these different magical modalities that I work with, as I started to get deeper into my yoga practice, as I started to understand the cards, I felt like I started to do a bit more shadow work and start to peel away sort of layers of myself and realize like, oh yeah, there is so much more. There are things that truly light me up. My passions are valid. I can become abundant from these passions. So the cards have been an amazing tool for me personally in my life. They are comprised of every deck in the tarot. I have 3 here. I have many decks, but I have 3 with me here right now. All of them have 78 cards for the most part. That's kind of what a tarot card deck is. There's 22 major arcana cards. Then there's 4 suits of 10 cards each, and then there's the court cards, similar to a regular playing card deck of cards. You can actually do tarot readings with regular decks of cards, believe it or not, because they're all totally corresponded. And all of these 78 cards, all of them tell a story. I think of it almost like the hero or the heroine's journey. Every single card has something that we as humans can relate to within our human experience, and they all describe an archetype, a psychological archetype, a situational archetype that we will go through during our time here on Earth. So it's a visual tool. There's beautiful art on these different cards. I was holding up the Aquarian Tarot before. This is the Lioness Oracle. Different artists have interpreted these in different ways, but the same basic 78 archetypes are all the same. And I'll do another video some other time speaking more about the history of the cards and why these 78 archetypes. This is the Wild Unknown deck. This is a really friendly deck to me. But anyways, yeah, it's a way to tell a story, and that's what I'm all about. I'm a storyteller. I am here to help you uncover your true story, for you to get more in touch with your passions and what lights you up, and to have more joy in your life. That's my aim with every reading. That's my aim with Tarot School, if you want to learn with me. And that's basically what I'm here for. That's my purpose, is to be lit up and to enjoy and to share these magical modalities that bring so much to my life. So if you liked this, if this has piqued your interest, click around the site, check the different ways to work with me, check out Tarot School, book a reading, check out some of the open content I have, read the blog, and please get in touch. I'm at Betina that's my personal one. I'm at Born Witchy on Instagram, and I am excited to connect with you. Have a magical, beautiful day. Bye.